freedoms come from. And John Adams and Alexander Hamilton and the big government crowd, yes, there was a big government crowd even in those days, argued that our liberties come from the government, that the government protects them, and the government says we can speak freely and we have the right to privacy, we can travel as we wish and worship as we want, and that without government protection our liberties would be meaningless. And Jefferson and Madison argued that our liberties come from our humanity, that government doesn't give us our liberties, government's job is to protect our liberties. And when Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence that all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, he wedded forever the American soul to the concept of natural rights, which is that our freedoms are as natural as the fingers on the ends of our hands and the noses in the middle of our faces. This is not just an academic argument, because if the big government crowd is right, and the president declares you an enemy combatant because he doesn't like what you thought or said, then your freedoms are gone. But if the natural law argument, the Jeffersonian argument is right, and the president declares you an enemy combatant, you can tell him to go take a hike. Because the Constitution, which was written at the end of that debate, says that the government shall not take anyone's life, liberty, or property without a fair trial before a neutral judge, and not a dictate or a command from the president or the Congress. And we have fought many wars, including the Revolution, so that we could have that right. So our rights to think as we wish, to speak what we think, to publish what we speak, our right to worship as we wish, our right to defend ourselves, which includes the right to defend yourself even against the government. Our right to privacy, that uniquely American right, which is the right to be left alone. These rights are ours by virtue of our birth. I believe that God created every human being in His own image and likeness. And as He is perfectly free, He created us perfectly free. We must forever be watchful and diligent about the loss of that freedom. C.S. Lewis once told us that the devil doesn't come with a frowning face. He comes with a smile, and he is seductive. He offers us something he thinks we want in return for something he knows we have. And the government, like the devil, says this: give me your freedom, and I will keep you safe. There isn't a single instance in American history in which any generation was kept safer without being free. President Bush and President Obama have argued till they're blue in the face that their first job is to keep us safe. They're wrong. Their job is to keep us free. If they keep us safe and unfree, then they are not faithful to their oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States. Unfortunately, Thomas Jefferson was correct when he said, in the long march of history, it is power and order that increases and freedom that decreases. was a warning to every subsequent generations of Americans to be on the guard for the devil and his diabolic offer. If anyone you ever send to Congress returns with less of your freedom, don't ever send them back. And if you think it's a hopeless cause, just wait until Ron Paul speaks to you later today. The glow of freedom, which is our birthright, and burns in the heart of every human being everywhere on the planet, will grow to a conflagration and will consume those who in the government have tried to squelch it. Because this is the moment, and now is the time, and you are the generation to defend freedom as it has never been defended before. So that when you go to sleep at night, you remember Jefferson's challenge. When the people fear the government, that is tyranny. But when the government fears the people, that is liberty. God bless you.